to go to the brand start of our MLB The Show 20 franchise mode. It is game 1 of the 2022 NLDS as your Philadelphia Phillies are taking on the Chicago Cubs for the second year in a row, as they did play them last year in the 2021 NLDS. They did play the Nationals in the 2020 NLDS. But it's going to be a big game here in Philadelphia. Got to get the series off right. Philadelphia has not lost in the NLDS since new GM championship has taken over the team. But take a look at these teams right here. Hoskins led the team in average 293. Home runs were Harper, 3 RBIs, but Liam Hendricks, a man we actually did consider trading for at the deadline, but with Austin Meadows instead to bolster the offense. And depending on how well the Phillies do in this postseason run, could definitely impact free agency. Because definitely I want to look at how the pitching staff does. Offense, we do have one more RB left for Austin Meadows. He is 26, so he is younger than Bryce Harper. He is younger than Rhys Hoskins, so he can definitely, hopefully, get him on a long-term deal. Maybe look to trade Mickey Moniak, but that's stuff we'll around the offseason. Take a look at Aaron Nola. 33 starts. He was 12-9 on the season. 3.20 ERA, 208 innings pitched, 170 hits, a 108 whip, 54 walks to 245 strikeouts right there. So, just one of these things I want Nola to have a sub-1 whip. Maybe that'll happen, but not anytime soon. But starting this game off with a walk. Nola has struggled so far this series in the postseason. I don't know why. Cannot tell you why. But there'll be times where he will be absolutely dominant, have like a 16-game strikeout game. 16 strikeout game versus any team. But then he gets to the postseason and he'll have, like this game starting off with back-to-back walks. And I don't know how many times we've actually given up back-to-back walks with Aaron Nola starting for us. A 2-2 count. There you go. Getting a strikeout of Frankie Lindor. So getting an out here at least in the first inning is one thing. But Kyle Schwarber up, and Schwarber rips that one past the glove of Hoskins. Harper comes up firing. Throw to second base. Just a smidge late. But bases juice now with an out. And a grounder up the middle will score at least one. Hazley charges. Hazley fires home. Throw will be up the line as the second runner will score. So the Cubs take a 2-0 lead on a single up the middle in the first inning. Wilson Contreras, who did Nola dirty in the 2021 NLDS, but goes down via the punch after the second out of the inning. And now Matt Adams chases the high 2-seamer up and in for the third strikeout. So Nola strikes out the side, but does give up 2 runs in the inning. Liam Hendricks in 33 starts, 14-11, a 3.58 ERA, 201 innings pitched, 202 hits, a 126 whip, 52 walks, 259 strikeouts. Hendricks more of a Greg Maddux style pitcher, not a big strikeout guy, more of a pitch to contact, ground ball, light flyouts, but striking out Harper on that inside changeup. Now it's down below the knees. And now back to Nola in the top of the second inning though, as Hendricks did not really do much in the first, but gets his 4th strike of the game. Here Nola does. And now Kyle Hendricks, here we go, striking out himself. So that'll be 5 punch-outs in on the game for Aaron Nola. 5 outs, 5 strikeouts. Can't win anything else besides that. And David Bodie also goes down via the punch-out. So 6 straight outs, all on the strikeout right here. It's not consecutive outs. Now Adam Hazley, big power bat in the postseason for the Phillies at least, but here in the bottom of the second inning with an out will get himself a base hit. Alec Bohm takes that ball that was below the zone by about an inch or so and sends that one into right field for a 1-out single. So back hits now for the Phillies. Man scoring position for Bryson Stott as Stott goes down swinging right there for the second out of the inning. Taking out the postseason bracket. It's a pretty fun postseason right here. LA, New York Mets. Definitely want LA to win that one. I'd rather face LA for 3 years in a row than have to take on the Mets. Chances of them making it to the World Series. But Hendricks, though, with man runners in scoring position, does get the strike at the end of the inning. Nola taking on Schwarber, and Schwarber sends that one deep to right field. That one will be off the wall. Harper can't play that one. Hazley gets there pretty quickly. So it will be a 2-out double for Kyle Schwarber. As you know, the Cubs still have life here with 2 outs in the 3rd inning. Now Ian Happ goes down to be the punch out. 7th strikeout of the game for Aaron Nola. And this is the game I'm talking about. Nola can just have a big, huge strikeout game, but just command isn't there. You know, runs come across the board. As the man of the hour, actually, Aaron Nola does draw the walk here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. You know, Hendricks, you know, limiting walks, which is the best thing to do against this Phillies team, because that can happen at any time. Bryce Harper hit 49 home runs on the season. Came in 2nd place for the 2022 MVP. Hits a long shot right there to right field. Ties this game up at 2 apiece. His first on the series. And that would be 423 feet to right field. 111.2 off the bat. You know, it's always a fun team when you have like a Bryce Harper, you know, batting leadoff. You know, brings that, you know, the ability to hit for average, ability to hit for power. You know, Simon Muzito throwing water on him for whatever reason. Don't understand the point of that animation. But I guess that does happen at some point where players have water thrown on them because they're just too hot to handle, too hot to be in the dugout. Whatever, I don't know. Now, JT up, and JT takes that one, which is borderline strike right there. Sends that one into the right field corner. And JT will get into 2nd base, standing with a double. Still in the bottom of the 3rd now. JT's over at 3rd base after a ground out. That ball will be rolled over to 1st. Hoskins does get the RBI though. Just rolls over, JT running on contact. Hoskins gets the RBI, giving the Phillies the lead. Now Nola with a 3-2 lead. Gonna work on not doing that right there. That ball's up, and that ball will be over the fence. Harper gives a leap for it. That will be a Wilson Contreras home run. So back-to-back postseasons, Wilson Contreras plays, you know, the aggressor against Aaron Nola's pitching, as it's back-to-back postseason runs where he has hit home runs off of Aaron Nola in the NLDS. You know, last season I believe Contreras hit 2 home runs in Game 1 of the NLDS. But Brian Dozier, former National, now goes down to be the punch-out. That's going to be 8 strikeouts in the game for Aaron Nola. But on the 4th inning, Bryson Stott strikes out yet again. His 4th punch of the game for Hendricks. Top of the 5th, Jason Hayward, former Atlanta Brave, goes down to be the punch-out. 9th strikeout of the game for Aaron Nola, as he's dominating the Cubs, at least strikeout-wise, as Frankie Lindor held hitless so far with Nola's 10th strike of the game, Lindor's 2nd punch-out. Now, bottom of the 5th inning, here we go. Aaron Nola swinging the lumber right there. Pitcher not known for his hitting, but he's going to get that one in the gap right there. And that will be a leadoff double for the pitcher, Hendricks, who thought he had an easy out. Has allowed a walk and now a double to the opposing pitcher. Bryce Harper, not a home run this time, but a single though. Nola only 26 speed, will be held up at 3rd, I'm sorry. No RBI for Harper. JT watching strike 3 go by, a pitch that, you know, he probably couldn't have done much with even if he did swing at that. And now Austin Meadows swinging at a low changeup right here. Now he's trying to get that RBI, break this game open yet again. And Rhys Hoskins swings through the changeup again. So after a double and a single, 3 straight punch-outs to get Hendricks out of the inning. Schwarber up now, and Schwarber goes down via the punch-out. So not going to hurt Nola this time for his 11th strikeout of the game. Wilson Contreras went long last at bat, but this time goes down for Nola's 12th punch-out of the game. Averaging 2 strikeouts per inning. I mean, it's pretty good work by Aaron Nola. As Adam Hazley brought up earlier, he's been a postseason power threat for Philly. And he does that right there. His first on the game. 409 feet. 105.8 off the bat. So not one of the hardest hit balls you've ever seen. But it is a pretty far one at over 400 feet. Hazley, though, has just been real clutch at being, I don't know if it's the proper way to say it, but just being an absolute beast in the postseason. Definitely a postseason hero. Nonetheless, you know, kept us in the NLCS against Cody Bellinger, who had a 3 home run game in the 2021 NLCS. Hazley, I believe, had 2 or 3 home runs in that game. And he's just been a stud in the postseason. You know, Nola struggles in the postseason, but Adam Hazley, I guess, decides that this is where he wants to become Babe Ruth, become the next Barry Bonds. But after that Hazley home run, Cubs manager David Ross decides he's seen enough of his starter. Now, after only giving up 4 runs, 2 of them being home runs, there you go. 3 runs off of home runs, only 2 home runs above the yard. But Alec Mills will come in at 100 games, so Mills definitely probably running on fumes at this point. A ERA just over 4, 103 innings pitched, 26 holds, 4-3 record, 74 strikeouts to 34 walks, but 3-2 count, and that will be a batter's pitch right there. That was strike 3, but Baum gets issued a walk right there, so Mills definitely not happy. That cannot be, easy on his arm. That was, having to pitch over 100 games, only 100 innings though, makes things a little better as Bryson Stott comes up swinging with a base hit right there. So a walk and a single now as we have a man in scoring position with the Phillies threatening to rally with Scott Kingery up, and Kingery gets issued a walk right there. So, first 3-man Alec Mills face, get on base. Mills at 16 pitches already. And his arm definitely must be bothering him right now. Ross over pitching him as Aaron Nola comes up, drops a squeeze bunt. We're trying for 1, and David Bodie misplays it. Bodie, as you remember in LA Show 19, had some problems with his fielding. I said that continues here in LA Show 20. As now Bryce Harper sends out into center field. The runner, though, tagging from third base. They're going to opt to go to third instead of home. But Phillies now take a 3-run lead on the Bryce Harper sac fly. Then JT would have passed that one right past it. Frankie Lindor would pop out. But it will be a RBI single for JT as the Phillies now take a 4-run lead. 7-3 is the score as Adbert Alzolay comes in 23 games. He's 2-1, 30 innings pitched, a 7.22 ERA, 178 whip, 25 strikeouts to 18 walks. So, definitely worse than Alec Mills, as the first batter he sees right there will send that ball deep to left field, and that will be a 3-run home run for Austin Meadows. His first postseason home run as a member of the Phillies, his first home run of the postseason in general. That was 377 feet to left field, 99.1 off the bat. Big opposite field home run. Not hit super hard, not hit super well, but just took it the other way and just did damage with it. The one thing you pay a man like Austin Meadows to do with a pitch like that. But get a replay on that Adbert pitch, and that just kind of hung opposite field, and Meadows just threw the head of the bat at it, and that just carried out. Definitely had the wind with it, as that's only about 1 to 2 rows deep in left field. Now, top of the 7th, Nola has a 7-run lead now, as he is still striking out batters right there. His 13th on the game. Brian Dozier 3-1 count will be a deep fly ball to center field. Hazley ranging back. Hazley's jumping, not in time though, as Brian Dozier, who did spend time with the Nationals, has seen Nola a couple times in his career already, sends that one deep, 409 feet, 102.2 to dead center field, as Nola has allowed, his 2nd home run of the game, 3rd home run of the game, but still, pinch hitter now for the Cubs, as they're not going to send Adbert to bat. That's strange, they're not going to send the relief pitcher to bat. But Franchi Cordero 1-2 count, and Cordero goes down via the punch-out. 14 strikeouts on the game for Aaron Nola, as Nola just continues to have dominance, at least with the strikeout pitch, but not with the put-out pitch, as that is the 2nd home run issued this inning, or allowed this inning, by Aaron Nola. David Bodie, who had the big blunder in the field, gets that run back at least with this home run. Narrows the Phillies' lead just ever so slightly, but coming in with, a 7-run lead? Now down to a 5-run lead after 2 home runs in the inning. But Nola will get out of the inning, though. Craig Kimbrell comes in to pitch for the Cubs. In 81 games, he's 2-2. 5 for 8 in saves, 6 innings pitched, a 5.32 ERA, so definitely has fallen off since a time in Atlanta. But the first batter he sees will be issued a walk. That's Alec Bohm, who has been a pretty solid third baseman since being called up for the Phillies back in 2020. Now Bryson Stott, and Stott skids his second hit of the game. Ground ball past second baseman yet again. So back-to-back hits for Stott have been acquired the same exact way. And now a pinch hitter for the Phillies. That's going to be Jorge Soler, the former Cubs prospect who spent some time in Kansas City and Chicago. But ground ball up the middle. Alec Baum going home. Bryson Stott will be held at second base. So he probably would have been gunned out at third. But RBI pinch hit single for Soler as Bryce Harper gets issued a walk right here. So bases are juiced now for Kimbrel. With only one out in the inning, Phillies threatening to extend the lead as in comes Kyle Allen. In 82 games for Allen, he is 6-3, 7 holds, 75 innings pitched, a 3.70 ERA, 166 WHIP, 52 strikeouts to 44 walks. So not a great command season for Ryan as JT comes up, and JT will single up the middle for a RBI single as the Phillies lead extends to 7 runs. Now, Austin Meadows up, 1 out of the inning, sends that one deep to left field. Not going to be gone, but a sac fly for Meadows. The run will score from third, sending the Phillies lead to 8 runs here. Now, Sir Anthony Dominguez will come into the game in the season. He has 57 games, 4-1, 13 holds, 52 innings pitched, a 3.12 ERA. So the best ERA probably so far of this series for Dominguez as he gets the first out of the inning via the punch out. So, now here we go again. 3-2 count to Schwarber, and Schwarber goes down to be the punch out. So Dominguez, definitely a big fireball pitcher here in Philadelphia. Now the fans love when it hits 100 right there. And now Ian Happ. And Happ goes down to be the punch out. So Dominguez comes and strikes out the side in order. As the Cubs now are down to only one more chance of at bat to come back to this 13-5 deficit. Now Hazley, and Bummy, I think, goes down to be the punch-out. Ryan's first of the game. Now, Alec Bohm. Bohm has been pretty good so far this series, and Bohm will be issued a walk. His third walk of the game. So Bohm definitely getting on base. He is seeing a lot of pitches, which is great, but not a safe situation, so in will come Edgar Santana, who came over from the Pirates in a mid-season trade. But in 53 games, he is 0-3, 44.47 saves, 46 innings pitched, a 1.55 ERA. And right there will be a double at least for the Cubs batter, as he just sent that one into that left field corner. You know, Meadows not the fastest runner out there, not the greatest fielder, but definitely faster than McCutchen in McCutchen's old age. But there we go. Bohm gets confused on where the runners were, goes to second base. But, you know, Kingery being confused also doesn't get the relay over to first in time. So runners now second and first with only one out, and then comes a pinch hitter. It's going to be Cardellini. Broke up a no-hitter. I believe Aaron Nola was throwing against the Cubs at one point. But Eric Santana gets a striker right there. And now David Bodie up, and Bodie goes down via the punch out. The Alec Baum blunder does not come back to bite them, as the Phillies win this one 13-5 in 9 innings. Edgar Santana comes down, comes in, closes the door down on the Cubs, allows a double, gets a ground out, and Alec Baum gets a runner on first. But then, bears down, shows you why he was reliever of the year in 2021, gets back-to-back punch-outs, gets Aaron Nola his first victory of the 2023 postseason. The Cubs are just definitely held in check this game. Nola did let up the long ball though, which is unfortunate. Had a few left the yard. Was it 4 home runs, 3-4 home runs left the yard against Nola, which is nothing what you ever want to see though. But look at that victory, that score right there. That is going to be, players of the game here in Philadelphia. Contreras hit a home run. Contreras just had Aaron Nola's number the entirety of the postseason. This postseason, last postseason. If there's ever a batter who you feared the most, with Aaron Nola, it would be Wilson Contreras. Bryce Harper gets the player of the game right here. Big honors for Harper, as he came to Philadelphia to bring Philly a championship, and hopefully he gets to do that this year. But Harper played the game. Home run, 3 RBIs. Nola, 6 hits allowed, 14 strikeouts, 5 earned runs, 2 walks, and 7 innings pitched. Hendricks, 7 hits, 7 strikeouts, 4 earned runs, and a walk. Bodie, Contreras, Dozier, and, they all hit home runs on the game. So 3 home runs allowed, an okay performance by Nola, definitely strikeout wise. Gotta get those runs down, definitely. But outside of that, definitely a good game for Philadelphia. They came back and rallied when they're down. They didn't give up, especially being down by 2 runs early in this game. But if you enjoyed this episode, hit that like button. Comment down below your favorite part of the episode was. Comment down below if you think they're going to win this series, lose this series. Who's going to be the NLCS? Who's going to be the match of the NLCS? One thanks for meeting you though. Peace out. Rock on Super Classy, and have a great day, I guess. I don't know.